Hey guys, it's Corinne with Thompson RV in Pendleton, Oregon. Today I am standing in a brand new 2024 Glacier Peak F27MKS in the titanium series. And this is our first video that we've put out on the Glacier Peaks with the new interior wall paneling. So as you can see, it's going to have all of the newest updated features for 2024. So the new upgraded suspension, the 12-volt refrigerator, as well as the linen wallboard. So the F27MKS sits at 32 feet tip to tip. Glacier Peak, they make a few different floor plans. So the smallest is going to be the F26RKS, then the F27MKS, which is this one right here, the F27KVS, and then the F28RKS. So 4 different floor plans to choose from. The bedroom and bathroom on every single floor plan are identical. So everything from that point forward is always identical. Everything from the door backwards, that's where you're going to see the difference in the different floor plans. So the F27MKS, I owned this one back in 2022 and absolutely love the floor plan. After owning quite a few F26RKS models, it was a natural progression to go 1.5 feet longer and go with this model, and it had a lot more storage. So that was one thing that I loved. Because I homeschool my boys, we were able to take all of our homeschooling supplies, because the one thing this one has a ton of is storage. So I do love multiple things about this floor plan, but the storage is incredible. Also, I love the feeling of the kitchen and dinette being sort of up to the front, and then the living room TV area being back towards the back. So it felt like it had a little bit more separation than everything just being all in one, which you'll get that same feeling in like the KVS and the 28RKS, because the kitchen's going to be at the back, right? So you're going to have sort of your living room up front and your kitchen in the back. This one is just sort of flip-flopped. As you can see, when you walk in the door, you've got the kitchen right here. There's ample kitchen counter space. So this is going to be kind of like a kitchen in a 250 or a 25 RDS. It's just on the opposite side of the trailer. So you get all of this extra counter space and storage to the right of the stove, which I've mentioned in other videos is really nice for when you're cooking on the stove, because you have somewhere for your handle to go on your pot. So if there's a wall right here, everything has to be kind of pushed this way, so your handle ends up over the other burner, or it ends up in the front and you can knock your pot off the stove. So it's nice to be able to have your handles over here. It's also just nice to be able to have this much counter space. 3-burner stove with the extra large oven. And this is a titanium series, so you are going to get stainless steel on the microwave, the range hood cover, and the stove. You always get the built-in cover on here, so that's going to give you extra counter space. A knife rack right behind the back, and then you also have 2 windows in the kitchen, which is nice just to be able to see what's going on under your awning, outside your camp spot, and also for the natural light. You're going to get the high arc faucet in the titanium series. And then solid surface countertops, but the countertops are a different color in the titanium. They're a lighter color. I really like the look of the titanium. So not only are you going to get the upgraded cabinetry, which is just a thicker raised panel door than you're going to get in a Mountain series, but you also get solid surface countertops in a lighter color. The dinette is a lighter color. You're going to get solid surface countertops next to the bed, in the bathroom. So there's a lot of features on a titanium, which is pretty much what we do here at Thompson RV, because we all own them and we all love them. So you get the sink covers, you get the stainless steel sink. It's a single basin farm style sink with the wire rack in the bottom. And then if you are not using the sink, you have added counter space. Flip up countertop extension right here. A bank of 3 drawers, as well as a spice rack. Some storage underneath the sink. Like I said, 3 drawers right here. And then a pot and pan drawer underneath the stove. And that does have the latch to lock it when it's shut, so it doesn't fly open going down the road. The new 12-volt refrigerator, it's going to fit in the same space as the 8 cubic foot refrigerator, but now it's 10 because it's deeper, and you really notice it in the freezer. I just used mine for the first time and was pleasantly surprised with how quickly it cooled down. Now, the one thing you do need to note is that you are going to need additional solar and additional batteries. The Glacier Peak, you can fit up to 400 amp hour lithium batteries, so that's cool. And then we've been ordering all of ours with 600 watts of solar, and you can option even up to 1,000 watts from the factory. Extra storage above the fridge, and it is the full depth. So there's a lot of storage up there. A little bit hard to reach. You're definitely going to want a step stool. Same with here. So as you can see, I mean, we packed a lot of stuff, a lot of board games, a lot of homeschool supplies, and some of it I had to, get up to be able to reach it. But it was just nice to have the flexibility to pack all of that stuff. Again, I love where the TV is situated. It does swing out, so you can have it perfectly flat with the theater seating here. You can option in a sleeper sofa as well. So that was one thing I loved about this floor plan, is if you are trying to sleep somebody on the sleeper sofa, when the bed is made out, it's not in your way. So you can still come into the kitchen, make yourself a cup of coffee in the morning, sit down at the dinette, and you're not going past their bed, where in other models, you're often walking past the bed that they're sleeping on, having it back here in the corner. If they wanted to sleep in or whatever, we could leave it made out into a bed and it wasn't in the way. Additional storage here underneath the TV, and that is a 12-volt TV, so you do not need to be plugged in order to run it. DVD player, CD player, Bluetooth, it's got HDMI, everything, USB ports, and a stereo, and this does have speakers in the ceiling, so like if you're watching a DVD, it's going to play through the ceiling speakers, and then you can also listen to music on your phone, and there's exterior speakers that run off of that as well. The fireplace, that's something that we option in here at Thompson RV, especially when you are somewhere like I was at the beach, where you need a little bit drier heat. The fireplace does work as a heater. You can also run it just for ambiance, but it gives off a drier heat than propane heat. So especially when you're somewhere damp, like the beach, it's going to dry the air out a little bit more. You do have to be plugged in to operate it because it is 110 only. You can option out the fireplace, but it's very shallow. So I think there's a video that I have where it's this exact same cabinet and it has the cabinet doors, and you can see that you really don't gain that much space. So we stock them all with the fireplace because it looks a lot better. Additional storage back here. This is kind of a cool little workspace. I've had people with small printers, or I had a gal that turned this into a coffee bar. So there's kind of lots of options of what you want to do back here. You also have a 110 outlet, 12-volt outlet, and USB charging port right there. So this is a super slide rack and pinion slide out on the F27MKS. Again, you can get theater seating or the sleeper sofa. You get the slow rise blackout shades, and they have done away with the side valances for 2024 because it's going to give you a lighter, brighter, airier look, and a lot of people were removing them, especially at the dinette anyways, so they've just went ahead and did that for you. But you can really feel the light and bright airiness of the new linen wallboard. So I think that was a very good change. And in the titanium, you're going to get the reclaimed wood looking table. In the Mountain Series, it's a really dark table. It looks a little bit more like the linoleum. This one, I think, is much more cohesive with the new lighter wall paneling. And then, of course, this does make down into a bed. You have two drawers, one on each side, and they do also have the lock. And then there's a little storage on, like if you were to take off the dinette cushions, there's also a little additional storage on each side. That's the same with all of the mountain dinettes, but it's not as easy to get to. So it'd be something that you don't need to use all the time, but something that if you did need it, you could access it. Outdoors RV is also really good about using a lot of windows and also big windows in order to give you a lot of nice natural light in the trailer. Right here, when you walk in, you've got a place to hang up all of your coats. They even give you a little flip-up countertop extension in order to make like a little charging station so you can plug in your phone. Digital thermostat in the Titanium series. Also, we option in the Max Air Deluxe vent fan. So there's one in the kitchen, one in the bathroom, and one in the bedroom. They do operate off of the remote. They're 10-speed, fully automatic, either exhaust or intake. And then because they're thermostatically controlled, you can set a low temperature Like if it gets down to a certain temperature at night, they will just turn off. They also have the built-in rain cover, so you can run them going down the road or even in the rain if you're at the beach, but it's kind of muggy. You can still run those without having any water intrusion. So that's a really cool feature. Right over here by the front door is where you're going to have all of your switches. So your slide out switch, your awning, you know, the fresh water tank heater, we option that into everything, water pump. You can see the levels in your tanks. And then also the titanium comes with the remote. So on this remote, you can run the slide out or the awning off of the remote as well. So if you want to be outside and watching where your slide out is going versus standing here and running it from inside, you can actually walk around the trailer and run it off of the remote. As I stated earlier, the bedroom bathroom is the same in all of the Glacier Peaks. So the bedroom, you're going to have, the bed is going to not be completely centered. It's going to be a little bit off to the side because you have the wardrobe slide out on this side that comes in and snugs right up against the bed. Because it's a titanium, you're going to get the 12-volt 19-inch Jensen TV, and that is on a swing arm, so you can swing it around and watch TV from bed. And it does have a DVD player in the side. As I stated earlier, you've got the solid surface countertops next to the bed. So you've got an under cabinet lighting, that's a titanium feature. You've got the reading lights that are directional, solid surface countertops, and then the 110 outlet, 12-volt outlet, and USB port on both sides of the bed. Also the upgraded mattress. So the titanium is going to come with the gel-infused cooling mattress. It's a foam mattress, but it's cool. It's an amazing mattress. I own it at home, and it absolutely, I love it. Everybody I know that's had a titanium absolutely loves the mattress. So that's another feature that's well worth it. You have some storage here above the bed on each side. Again, the MaxxAir Deluxe vent fan, and then storage on each side of the bed, as well as a little cabinet. And then you have the wardrobe closet. So this really makes a big difference in how much you can pack on your vacation. So lots of hanging storage as well as storage down below. Sometimes I fold things and put them on the bottom, or I put shoes. And then you also have storage underneath the bed. So it's a little bit more shallow than in a travel trailer, obviously, because you can see the framework of the fifth wheel here. So, but you can still do sheets, shoes, board games. I mean, there's still a lot of things that you can fit underneath there. And then the bathroom is a Jack and Jill style. So you have a sliding door from the bedroom, or you have the main door from the living area. Porcelain toilet, which is standard in all outdoors RVs, and it does have a lot of leg room, so it's at a nice angle. One thing I love about the Glacier Peak is that they have the rounded shower door. So versus opening into your bathroom, the glass rolls into itself. Titanium is going to come with the upgraded hardware. You're going to have the skylight for a little additional headroom, air conditioning duct, as well as a heat duct in all outdoors RV bathrooms. You have some towel hooks right here behind the toilet. And I think I already said the MaxxAir fan, but then also solid surface countertops in the bathroom with the underslung stainless steel sink. You always get the medicine cabinet that's solid hardwood. And then the Glacier Peak has a little bit more counter space than you're going to get in a regular trailer. Toilet paper holder, and then also a water pump switch. So if you hop in, you're going down the road and you just need to use the restroom really quick, but you forgot to hit the pump switch out there, you can just hit it right here. And then last but not least, part of the slide out is in the bathroom. So you have like a little linen closet and an additional drawer. And again, the bedroom bathroom is going to be identical in all of the Glacier Peaks. So really, if you're trying to choose a floor plan, you just need to look at the back end of the fifth wheel, because that's going to be where it changes. Everything up here is going to be identical. So let's see what this looks like with the side out in, and then I'll walk you around the outside. So with the slide out in, you can access the entire trailer with the exception of the back little bit of storage here in the back corner, and then the hooks that are right inside the entryway. It does get a little bit tight right here, but you should be able to squeak through here, and that way you can get to the rest of the fifth wheel. Obviously, bedroom, bathroom, completely accessible. One thing that is unique to the F27MKS is actually these two storage compartments here in the back. So because it has that cabinet TV entertainment center in the back, in the corner, there was a little bit of wasted space from the inside that they didn't want to waste. So they gave you access from the outside. So right here, you have a compartment with shelving, and it's pretty tall right here, but you do have shelves. And then over on this side, this one's more wide open, also very tall. So it goes all the way up to the roof. This would be really cool to mount like fishing rod holders or something of that nature. Anything you need to put in here that's tall. It's kind of a blank slate. You could easily put stuff in here to bungee things against the wall or kind of whatever you want to do with it. Because this is a titanium, it's going to have the Lamelux 4000 high gloss gray exterior fiberglass. It's going to have the frameless thermal pane windows. You're going to get auto leveling on all Glacier Peaks, and this is a 6-point auto leveling. The only one that has the 4-point is going to be the 26 RKS. Everything 27 and the 28s, they're all going to have the 6-point auto leveling. Right here, you have a LP quick disconnect, so you can run a fire pit or a barbecue. Access and venting to your furnace. You're going to have 16-inch load range E tires. The off-road X4 suspension package, which is the MoreRide All-Trek 4000 suspension, heavy-duty shackles with bronze bushings, greasable zerts, and then the KYB off-road shocks, which are not just for off-road, they're also to help any kind of body roll. So that's a great feature to have. You would never buy a trailer or a car or anything without suspension. And shockingly, Outdoors RV is one of the only manufacturers that uses such a great suspension on their travel trailers and their fifth wheels. This is where you're going to fill your 80-gallon fresh water tank. You've got your 10-gallon gas electric rapid recovery hot water heater. Single entry door with a triple aluminum step and the aluminum grab bar handle. Chrome locks because it's a titanium, as well as the elongated door window. Exterior speakers. The electric awning has the metal wrap to protect the fabric from the sun. 110 outlet. Extra large pass-through storage. Outdoors RV is also pretty cool about giving you access. So you've got access to plumbing right here, access to plumbing on the other side, access to electrical right here. So they're not making you fight for it. If you do need to get into something, they've given you access points. Rubberized diamond plate flooring. All of this is insulated and carpeted. You've got a battery kill switch, 12-volt outlet, USB port, and a table that comes with its own little storage area, so it pins into place. Cool thing about the 12-volt outlet, because this is such a big compartment, you can use one of the Dometic 12-volt freezer refrigerators, set it inside here, and have additional freezer and fridge space. This particular unit was ordered with 1,000 watts of solar. You also have up to 200 watts here on the side. And then 4 of the 100 amp hour Battle-Born lithium batteries, and then a Victron Smart Shunt. I get a lot of questions on what the Victron Smart Shunt is. So with lithium batteries, inside the little button that you would push to see how full your batteries are, with lithium, it's always going to show 100% because they're always giving 100% power, just like your phone. You get full power all the way up until it's at 0%. So it's full or dead, right? With the Victron Smart Shunt, you can do an app on your phone and it Bluetooths to it and shows you exactly where your batteries stand. So you can tell if you're at 70% or 60%, which is nice to know because let's say you're going to stay somewhere for so many days and you want to know at some point, do I need to kick on the generator or do I need to do something of that nature to supplement my solar and my battery or plug in, right? So you're going to kind of have real-time data on your batteries. The titanium is going to come with the rear observation camera, which now also includes side marker cameras. Right here in the front, you've got additional storage. You also have 2 gray tanks on all of the Glacier Peaks, one of the valve handles is going to be up under here, as well as the black tank. That way they never have to run the cables. So they did this system in order to run a solid rod for your pull valve. They didn't want to put anything on cables because they just don't operate that well. So this is a much better system, and they're fully enclosed and heated. All of the tanks are on any outdoors RV. But additional storage here. Also slam latch doors, just like they have on the sides. You get the More Ride pin box, so that's going to give you a much better ride and suspension when you are towing. The Glacier Peak is what we would call a mid-profile fifth wheel. So it's not going to be the big flat front. It's going to be built specifically to get a little more aerodynamics. And trust me, I've towed both. Same weight, same exact floor plan. One was a full profile, one was a mid-profile. The mid-profile tows so much better than a full profile. Just a lot less wind that you're getting as far as like on a full profile. This one's a lot more aerodynamic, and trust me, it makes a huge difference. They also use this front cap so that you can turn without having a slider hitch. You can turn almost all the way to 90 degrees. Now the stipulation there is you have to have a Ford or a Chevy GM. Ford and Chevy, their axle placement is farther back and their short bed is actually longer than Dodge. If you have a Dodge, you either need to get a long box, or if you do have a short box, unfortunately your axle is so far forward and your box is a little bit shorter, so you're going to need a slider hitch, but not with Ford or Chevy GM. I tow mine with a 1-ton GMC Duramax diesel, and it's a standard bed, which is a short bed, 6.5 feet. And I use the B&W companion style hitch or the B&W puck style hitch. Just depends on if your truck came prepped for a puck or not. But that is by far and away our favorite hitch as well. 2 7.5-gallon propane tanks. And then here on this side, you're going to have your auto leveling controls, but you're also going to have some of your plumbing. So your Santa Flush, your city water fill, your low point drains, and then also the outside shower isn't really a shower. It's going to be more of a spray port. So it comes with this. You connect that and you actually have like a little hose. And everything is on magnetic catches and slam latch doors. All titaniums are going to come standard with the slide out toppers. So that's going to keep debris and everything off of your slide outs. So you don't have to get up and sweep them off before you pull them in, which is something you do have to do if you do not have slide toppers. Your other valve is going to be right here, and that's going to be for your other gray tank. Right here is going to be the gray tank for your galley. So this is where you would dump that. The front one was going to be for your black and then your bathroom gray tank. So your galley gray is going to be right here. 4-inch steel bumper. You can put your sewer hose inside of here for storage. We option all of ours in with the mountain storage package. That is going to be the rear receiver hitch right here. So that's a 2-inch receiver, good to 250 pounds. So if you have e-bikes or something that you want to haul on the back of the fifth wheel, we option that into all of ours. Cable and satellite hookup. And then this is where you're going to plug in your 50 amp cord. All Glacier Peaks are 50 amp service, so they are pre-wired if you do ever want to add the second bedroom air conditioner. Backup lights, that's again something that's standard on the Titanium series, and that works in conjunction with the rear observation camera. So if you get to where you're going and you have a backup camera to see into your parking space, it doesn't do you a lot of good if it's dark and you can't see the space. So this will illuminate where you're backing into. Thank you so much for watching our video on the Glacier Peak F27MKS. If you have any questions at all, anyone here at Thompson RV can help you, and let us know if you have any questions.